Lead magnets. Oh my God. I've made so many lead magnets over the years. It absolutely sucked, but there's a new way to do it. And of course, it's AI powered. So the old way, right? You just would research a lot of pain points for a target audience, for whoever you are trying to target to turn them into a lead and to get them into your funnel. Research all their pain points, write some PDFs, and then try to upsell them inside of that PDF, inside of that document. Building lead magnets with AI, it's making life so much easier. And these are a different breed of lead magnets. If you ever need any help, just also cruise below this video. You'll find my calendar link. You can jump in there right now. I'm helping people one-to-one, and we're getting some pretty awesome results. The new way, right? Interactive AI systems, AI agents, problem solvers that are actually helping people take action and fix something or create something or do something helpful, useful, real value, right? But now you can just build a tool and they've built trust with you. They're back in your funnel. So that's mostly what we're going to kind of go over today. Of course, the best lead magnets do solve some kind of problem for your target audience. They help them out in some way and they build trust. What are some sort of examples of what I mean by creating augmented AI ones? So a few examples are things like custom GPTs, where you program a custom AI agent to, with a very narrow focus, solve something very specific for a potential client. Or like AI powered custom reports, where somebody submits a form and in the back end, the AI does a bunch of stuff, crunches a bunch of things, and spits back a very custom report or a custom audit or an AI automation like an N8N automation or a make.com automation. So dive into this with me, guys. Just let's go through a few examples. All right, custom GPTs are interactive AI tools. That's sort of number one. Personal engaging tool, kind of helps the user solve something very specific, and you want to collect the email up front so that you can sell to them later, of course. But inside of that tool, you can also find unique ways to upsell them, sell them. So let me show you. Let me hop into just a couple that I have created here. So for example, viral hooks. So this GPT, like if you've been on Instagram in the Instagram business world right now, you'll notice a big trend for people selling hooks. Basically, these are copywriting tactics to get people to stop the scroll and watch a reel or something like that. So I just thought, well, why not just find all these hooks on the internet? And I found thousands of them. And I just built them into this custom GPT. So you could get somebody to opt in for this and then just send them this very highly trained. It's trained on so many deep resources, right? So for example, what's a good hook for a travel short? And it just pulls out of its database all these examples of proven hooks and just gives you a ton of ideas. And honestly, I found a hidden paradise 99% of tourists miss. Don't book your next trip until you see this hack. Like, it's all curiosity, and these are built on different libraries. For example, curiosity hooks, trending hooks, educational or tips-based hooks. So inside of this GPT, there are tons of libraries. I think there's 2,000 proven hooks in here. At the bottom, you can see here, there's actually a call to action to my Discord. So you can program your GPT to try to move them along in your funnel, right? So for example, that's going to tell somebody, hey, here's a link to the Discord. And in here, I've got all these custom GPTs, including the next one I'm going to show you, the AI risk evaluator. So this is awesome, I think, because you can actually program the GPT to do some of your sales work for you. By the way, if you want these viral hooks, just comment hooks below this video. Do it today. They are behind a paywall currently inside of that Discord. The Archmage, you have to have the Archmage role in Discord, and that does cost, I think it's $15 a month. But if you comment today and you hop in there, I'll give you the link and I'll give you that role for free, okay? All right, so here's the next one. So the AI business risk analysis. So I spent a lot of time, I've built businesses in this whole AI upsurge of technology, and I've had an enormous amount of experience at this point, sort of dealing with all the fallout of that, all the different environmental and ecosystem factors that can change. So with this, for example, you could tell somebody, hey, you have an AI business idea. That's awesome. And do you want to know how exposed you are to ecosystem risk, to AI risk? Is your business at risk of obsolescence or any of these things, right? So your business idea could be like, I want to sell AI automations, to roofers or something. And it's going to ask for some key details. Who is your target market and all this stuff. So I gave it a few ideas here, like my use case, the model, my tech stack, my acquisition, and it's just going to run through and it's going to search the database of all these different risks that I programmed it with. All right, let's move on. Personalized PDF freebies. So Alex Hormozy's I think one of his main lead magnets. So my custom scaling roadmap. So all this is a report, an audit essentially, and inside of it, it gives a personalized roadmap to scaling. Okay, you could do this so easily with AI. All you need to do is collect the right information from somebody, what kind of business they're starting, where it is, aligned with the report. And in the back end, you can have N8N or Make.com crunch together a bunch of data, do a bunch of web searches, use Perplexity or deep research, use some scraping tools. Again, let's say, for example, it's a real estate agent. Okay, and you want to deliver to somebody a home evaluation report. So this was a big one in the real estate industry, and we did this lead magnet a lot. But now it's so much easier, okay, because you can crunch all that data, the home evaluation data. You can pull it off of Zillow. You can pull territorial information, and in the back end, you build a report with AI, and you can just deliver it over a Google Doc or whatever, and it's super custom. That real estate agent's going to be like, this is awesome. This is what I needed. And then they're going to call you and get your lead generation services. Okay, next, use case libraries. So this is cool because I think a big problem with AI right now is there's so many potential applications and use cases that frankly, a lot of founders and entrepreneurs they get lost. They get lost in the software, they get lost in what tool the new tools are coming out like every day, the new models are coming out every day. So because of all that confusion, it's a good use case would be something like a library, a spreadsheet, an Airtable that is filled with filters. So let's say it's just voice AI use cases or something like that. So somebody could go on there, they could just filter who they are. They're a roofer, and then it could just display to them like the tech stacks and everything they need. So something where they could actually come in, explore the library, explore costs, and it just everything is filtered out. So that's a super, super easy one that I think anybody could do, because now what you can do is you can have something like Perplexity go and find all the use cases, categorize them, and then just find a way to build it all into like an Airtable. And then that Airtable is shareable link. You can just send it right over to people. Because this is so new, a lot of people just don't know how to do prompting. So this is more of a traditional lead magnet. Let's be real. It's a guide, but you could build all this into a GPT, for example. So every time somebody had an idea they wanted to prompt an LLM with, the custom GPT would come back with built-in templated responses. Okay. Yeah, I mean, bad inputs equal bad outputs right now with AI. At some point, maybe prompt engineering is just going to go away because the LLMs are just prompting themselves. But for right now, there's a lot of confusion around it. I think it's a pretty solid idea for an AI powered lead magnet. And that gets us to the last one, AI assisted content downloads, things like automation. So this is huge right now. N8N automations. People are just, creating these huge, like if I just go into my LinkedIn right now, you're going to see 100 of them. And if you can actually make them, here's the secret with these things. Okay, first of all, I strongly believe that this won't last for long. And if you go into my AI risk GPT, it'll explain to you why. So I don't need to do that. And I've already created an entire video on why these things are going to go away soon. Essentially, they're highly commoditized, but right now they're going crazy on Twitter, going crazy on LinkedIn. And everywhere you look, people are giving away innate in, um, automations. And to me, that tells me that that industry is cooked soon because people are just copying them and then giving them away too. But if you can create one that actually provides a lot of value, that does what you say it's going to do, that gives the business some kind of business result, that's going to get you right in the door with them. And they're going to be like, okay, this is great. This kills it for me. This is doing something powerful. I need to get this guy to help me more. And that's the key to these kind of things is you don't want the automation to give away the farm. You just want to solve one small problem, but they're still going to need your help to implement it, right? So let's just if I just go into LinkedIn, man, this thing's taking forever. Okay. The first thing on here is somebody giving away an innate in automation. Why are these good lead magnets though? Because they're basically free right now. You can just, I could rip this dude's and then go give it away on Twitter and be like, I'm an AI automation expert. Now that's not the way I suggest you do this. Find something very highly targeted for your target market. This thing, Reddit is a B2B content idea goldmine. Yeah, okay, true. But how is this specifically targeted for me? Build it for your target audience and then go into their communities, right? Like go into real estate agent communities and be like, I built this custom home evaluation innate in solution. So these are a huge gold mine. So this would be like a killer idea for the use case that I mentioned earlier. Set up a site or a spreadsheet or an Airtable that categorizes all these different MCPs. Killer lead magnet. There's so many people that want these things right now. Stop creating regular old PDFs. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to read your 20-page how-to guide unless it's highly customized for them or it's interactive or it can give some result for them kind of right away. Like that's where people are at right now in the goldfish brain world right now, where people have 30 seconds 60 seconds of attention because they've been watching these reels and shorts for so long. They want something that provides a real actionable result. Right now custom GPTs are the best in my opinion because you can actually program them to, like I showed you, just upsell people right inside of the conversation. If you go below this video and you just comment something along the lines of hooks, just do it today or do it by the end of day tomorrow, which I believe is June 11th. I'm going to give you free access inside of our paid community, which is around $15 per month. And you can go get the viral hooks GPT, AI risk evaluation GPT, and anything else I ever put in there. Okay. So speaking of which, if you ever need any help, just also cruise below this video. You'll find my calendar link. You can jump in there right now. I'm helping people one-to-one, and we're getting some pretty awesome results. Building businesses augmented and powered by AI for the AI age and made to last. All right, cool. See you guys soon.